Take care. Enjoy. Have fun.
Oh,
See ya.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Right. So the live
So
stream.
let us know when we're.
Yeah. So the live stream is coming live at the minute. What we'll do is we'll talk amongst ourselves whilst the viewers start coming back in.
Yep. Yep.
But
Okay.
I'm absolutely gutted that we got that far, and then we had that feedback, and then it all just literally crashed. Right. So there's
my bad. I didn't even think about it. I should have had the headphones nearby. I was like, I know this. I know better than this.
Oh my god, it was just a mess of sound. Right. So we've got people coming into the chat now as we speak. This is absolutely hilarious.
Awesome.
So
Right on.
So, team, whilst people are still joining,
Did we tweet about this yet? Does everybody know this is? I don't think a lot of people know this is going on.
Yeah, I did tweet about it a few hours ago.
Okay, right on.
But look,
oh, sweet.
The great thing that we've got, whilst everyone is still joining the live stream, is that we've got the Crypto Truth now is part of our Discord, which is just massive.
Huge.
And I mean,
That's
it's huge. It is so big. I cannot believe that we've got the Crypto Truth as an admin in our Discord. That is literally a dream come true. It's crazy.
Well, I definitely appreciate it, and I actually feel like an old man going on Discord. It's like, oh man, I have no idea what's going on here. How to do this? How to reply?
You will get the hang of it, because obviously you will have. I mean, I'm sure you're really going to push that Discord now because people realize you're in it. The Discord itself is probably one of the safest Discord channels out there. Our level of security in the Discord is ridiculous. So you are safe, you're in a very safe place with us, and you're very well looked after where you are, the Crypto Truth, with our channel.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. And then, by the way, you guys are feel free to call me by my first name, Chris. So,
wow. Okay.
Please do.
Okay.
Oh, the bar has been raised. Okay. You guys can now refer to me as Ed.
Wow.
Okay, Ed.
Well, actually, my real name is actually Jonny, so it's all good. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Right, so to the viewers, I'm really sorry about what happened. I blame it on Ed.
Yeah, no, I'll own that. I just forgot my headphones. I could not get my headphones fast enough to play back. My bad, guys. I know better than this.
Right, so we're going to start from the top. We have with us Big Black Crypto and the Crypto Truth, Chris and Ed, in the live stream for as long.
Woo, woo.
Say again. Whoa, whoa. Oh, whoop, whoop. I said, let's go. What I want to do is, I don't want to lead this at all. I want Big Black Crypto and the Crypto Truth to have a conversation between each other, because their level of knowledge in the digital asset world is far greater than me. I'm a technical analyst. That's all I am. But you two are absolutely incredible. And we had a little bit of a conversation before we went live, and I would like Ed to repeat what he said, and then we can start that conversation going. So I'm going to leave it to you guys. Enjoy it. And I'll get some questions at the end from the people in the live chat. So I'll take notes. And then at the end, I'll ask you some questions. Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right. Good. Sounds good.
Right. Leave it to you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I got it. I just got to say I got to say it because it needs to be said and everybody needs to hear it. I started investing in Holo because of the Crypto Truth. I saw one of his videos. I saw him researching, and I wasn't accustomed to that because like I'm new to investing. Like literally 2 months ago, I started investing in Holo, and once I saw Chris do his research, I started doing my research, and it was like I think I bought first, sold, and came across one of Chris's videos, and then I went and bought back everything I had sold. I'm not kidding, man. I had it at I think what was it like maybe like the 0.0029 mark,
Oh
and
wow.
I saw your video. It was at the the 3 like 0.003 mark. I was like, no, no, I'm not missing this train. And so literally like where we are and where we're going, like, it has a lot to do with the videos I watched, and knowing that you're like I can go as far back as 7 months to get info. That was really helpful. So I do gotta say a huge thank you.
Oh man, no problem. I'm actually flattered. Like I
Life
was saying
changing,
earlier.
bro.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was saying earlier, I always try to press others. Not that I know everything, or not that I know, all the technical analysis. You got people in the crypto space with technical analysis. I don't know any of that stuff, but I just try to concentrate, especially back in the day. Actually, I should start from the beginning. How I got started was I've always been interested in the cryptocurrency and different things like that. I've been following it for like 10 years now.
Oh
For
wow.
many of you guys, yeah, for many people who don't know my story, you can probably look at my video. I have my story on there or something like that. But in a way, I went through a lot of hard times, and I didn't have the opportunity. So I missed out on Bitcoin when it was like $25.
Yep.
Yeah, I was married. I was married at the time, and I wanted to invest in it. And my ex-wife now, she did not thought it was a scam, and disagreements
Wow.
there. And in order to keep the family happy, in order to keep things together, which didn't end up being together anyway, I decided not to invest in Bitcoin, and I missed out. I missed out on that
Oh my
train. So
goodness.
yeah, and I've been following cryptocurrency ever since then, because sometimes when you're in relationships, you're like, I'm gonna prove that I'm right. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
and then after a while, it got to $700 and to $1,000, and now people start walking around with their heads down, like, oh yeah, he was right.
Oh yeah, and
So
and the tough part about that too is like with Bitcoin having reached the price it was, I bet
yeah.
the same people that were discouraging you or myself and anyone else from getting into crypto probably also
Mhm.
thought they had to buy one whole Bitcoin when it was
Yes.
like, and for me, I know that's for me, my own like uh distancing from crypto or getting into Bitcoin, for example, had a lot to do with the misconception that I thought I had to own a whole Bitcoin.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the issue. Actually, it's the same thing that's going now. The misconception it's even greater now that Bitcoin is hovering around 50, between 50 and $60,000, and
Yep.
people are like, I can't afford to get one, so I'm not going to invest in anything. Or as you guys have seen lately, they see a cheap price, like something like, I hate to say it this early, but Dogecoin, and literally 20 minutes from now, like I would say about 2 hours ago,
Yep.
before I turned in my car, because right now my car is in servicing. But 2 hours ago, I was getting my car washed at Mr. Car Wash, and I was going through, and the girl, she was talking about cryptocurrency, and I'm like, oh, okay, so Levi, she's like, yeah, have you ever heard of Doge? And I'm like, oh my God. Oh, here we go. And
Oh
I'm
man.
like, yeah, it's like it's really bad. But again, with popularity and coins like that, just and then it's being pushed by the media. There's a lot of misconceptions going on, especially when it comes to Bitcoin, and it's just a lot of crazy stuff going on. So in a way, I kind of deviated from what I was trying to tell you in the first place. I started, believe it or not, I actually started making my channel, and the reason why I created my channel was
Mhm.
because honestly, over here where I am in Florida, not a lot of people know or care about cryptocurrency still.
Oh yeah, I got
And
family
yeah,
out
it's
there.
like,
It's a surprise. You got too much water out there. It's you by the beach. It's
yeah, you
the
know what?
winter.
You know what? I agree. It is. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is nice, but it's really a scary world when you know, we have so many people, they
Hmm.
talk about having their lives change or having life-changing events happen, or they want to be rich, or they want to be in a better place, but nobody ever does the research to understand exactly how to get there. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
so true. It's so true. And
And
it's
so
yep. Go ahead.
Uh, no, no, I was just going to say. So my thoughts were when I obviously I've been following cryptocurrency for a while now. My thoughts were, well, you know what? Let me find out what is the latest greatest thing. And at the time, Holochain was going down. Now this is before, like, it was hyped up a while back when it first came out, and then it just kind of went to the deep end, right? And even then I was doing my research then, and I'm like, wait a second, this actually seems like a great project. And I did even more research, and then that's how I got involved with it.
Oh, that's right on. I'm glad you did your research, and I'm glad you made those videos because
Hello?
it was yeah. I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello.
We can hear you.
Okay, cool. Just
Hello, did I
checking.
lose connection?
No, we still here.
Oh, okay, I'm here now. I can hear
Okay.
you now.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
glad you did your research because, again, it benefited me greatly. And it made me much more comfortable in this space. And because again, it forced me to accept that I didn't know enough, and
Right.
that's why, like, even now, just sitting in and listening to your story, it's very relatable in that sense where it's that's kind of why I started making videos as well. It was just because, like, the little that I knew I didn't know enough, and then suddenly, the more open I became about it, I started having family and friends come to me. I had coworkers, like it's really funny I say this. So I had one foreman who was like, he's near in his 50s, mid 40s or something like that, and
Mhm.
he's thinking about taking out a loan from the bank to buy Bitcoin, and it doesn't make any sense to
Oh,
me
wow.
or whatever. Yeah,
Wow.
and it didn't make any sense to me. Because again, you could buy what you can afford, right? You don't have to buy the whole
Right.
Bitcoin, but whatever. I didn't know
Exactly.
this. He didn't know this, but eventually I do my research, and it's like, huh, there's something happening in this market. Like, things must be really intense, and so it was just like, literally, I've been able to retire in the past month just because, like, I saw where I was, and then I started doing the research, and in doing the research, I just kept going. I don't know what I was doing. I'm researching and researching, compiling. Next thing you know, I'm
Right.
contextualizing, like,
Uh-huh.
its value in different markets on a global scale. And then and I'm listening to videos. Like, I don't like I wasn't just like, I'd go to work, but then,
Hmm.
and swing a hammer all day as a carpenter. But then I come home, it's 6 hours. I'm watching videos, hour-long videos, just like
Yes, yes.
waiting for Arthur to drop one gem. All right, Mary, one gem. It's
Yeah,
like, I'll
exactly.
watch this again in the morning, is in case I missed
Exactly.
something. And like, I didn't understand where this, like, unhealthy obsession came from, but it was like, I'm not gonna be invalidated. I'm not gonna be that guy who sold his Bitcoin for pizza. Like, I'm here to
Exactly.
play. And it's
Exactly.
and I just got the whole and the more I started to, like, stay true to myself, I thought about it, I'm like, everyone who's told me no, or that I shouldn't, or discouraged me to do so, well, they've probably learned, like, the same you know wealth accumulation strategy from whoever wasn't open to them about money management skills or debts. And
Exactly.
so I realized, I'm like, well, yeah, you know what? Who's ever really had a conversation with me about money management, wealth strategies, or just opportunities at accumulating position? Nobody. So
Right.
I'm like, nobody's an authority, like, has the position in my life. Like, nobody has that position in my life to tell me that I'm making a fiscally bad decision, because nobody's
Exactly.
been close enough to mentor me, guide me, or warn me. So I stayed the course, and next thing you know, I'm looking at everybody at a construction site, and it's just like, I'm really gonna be the only guy who's actually gonna retire. Like, and they didn't
And
like, boss didn't believe me, and it was like, try to offer me a raise. I'm like, I haven't asked for one. I don't want one. It's like, you haven't asked me how to get the $50. I don't think you understood. Like when I told you I was retired, I'm literally only here because I told you I would be here until the building was finished. And it's like,
Right.
didn't get it. And unfortunately, I hurt my knee, but what did I do? I just retired. Like it wasn't a joke. And the thing I think that people sort of like, it made me realize like a lot of people only see you in a certain light. And it's like, no,
Exactly.
I know how to make money. I understand crypto. I get the market. Now I've got time in market. My 2 months won't be the same as 2 years or 10 years, but it's what am I doing with my free time? Charts,
Exactly.
market, research, holo. Like I just confirmed my holo port for today. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, I got lucky. I really got lucky. I didn't expect to get it honestly because I had a 72-hour hold on my ETH. Courtesy
Oh,
of
wow.
yeah, I'm not mad at Coinbase. Like it's just whatever, right? You just don't expect that to
Yeah.
happen, considering that they
Right.
did the KYC, had my information, I bought it from
E-
them, but I
Exactly.
don't even care. I'm just happy because one, I get to contribute, to innovate, and help grow the community because it's gonna take people like us, Johnny, the other mods. You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
like who are really sincerely interested in safeguarding the stewardship of the community because you can find different Facebook groups and there'll be one like post and it'll just hang up there in front of 12,000 members in regards to
Yeah.
an Elon Musk and nobody's championing anything different. And I started to realize like we're very lucky at how small our community is because as it grows, we'll continue to attract like core investors.
Oh yeah, big time. And wow, that's a wonderful story, man. I did not know that. That's awesome. I'm actually happy for you, really happy for you, especially with the Holoport as well. So, congrats on that.
Thank you,
I
brother. Thank you.
yeah, one of the things that I really appreciate you saying is absolute truth is, you know, people people don't understand that there's a disconnection between being rich and actually being intelligent and having
Yep.
good investment advice. While I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a normal guy, just like everybody else. I can go and Google and learn just like everyone else can. But the world and how people will see you, even me, I walk around.
Hello?
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, you left
Okay.
off at I walk around.
Yeah. Even though I walk around and with my family and friends, and I try to talk to them about crypto, and I'm telling you, like I don't even talk to my friends or family about crypto, about Holochain anymore. I have one friend. This was like months back, and she got in Bitcoin about 6 months ago, and she's excited. She's like, "Oh man, you were so right." I spent 2 hours talking to her and her son about Holochain, had no interest in it. This was 7 months ago, but
Oh my.
she put $3,000 into Bitcoin, right? So just imagine
how
if she had to put that $3,000 in the Holochain.
yeah, the 0 point and mind you, I'm in CAD, right? So I could only imagine that would have been like 0.00196 or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my god. Oh, I just did the math. Oh, I feel sick. Oh my goodness.
yeah. So even now, and she has more money than me. You know what I'm saying? And so even now, she looked at me. When people look at others, and this is what I was leading to, is they see a person. Oh, he don't dress like he's rich. He don't have a
Yep.
lot of money. He don't drive a fancy car, but he don't know anything, and that's an extreme misconception. So my
Yep.
friend, like right now, I've still. This has been 7 months later. I talk to her every week. She's cool, but I still don't tell her what a Holochain was and where it's at now. And I don't even tell her how much money she would have if she had invested. I don't
Yep.
say anything.
Yep.
I just, I've got to move on. So I definitely understand what you mean by, being around people, and bosses and friends and family. And it's like, they're not trying to listen to what you have to say.
And you know it kind of goes back to what I was talking about before where it reminds me of like where we place ourselves in other people's lives, and
Mhm.
it's okay to take that step back, because you know what, that's like, and now I see why crypto people in crypto, like it's like Fight Club. Like if you're not invested in crypto, they don't really want to engage you in crypto. I didn't understand that before, but it's
Right.
like we fight to try to like just share information that one is free and it will be useful,
Right.
but people don't want to accept it. Like I was trying to show a friend of 20 years um, passive income opportunities, and it's like specific to crypto.
Mhm.
And basically, the whole goal was to enterprise together once we attained a certain level of capital. So it's like, here you go, make your money. I don't care. I want nothing. But as we grow, let's umbrella into our own enterprise. And it's
Right.
just like, no, it's like talking to a brick wall. But it's like,
Yes.
so for me, I've learned that because it went from us working together to like, okay,
Mhm.
you're gonna make money regardless, and but why would I need to do business with you? There was no separation of self from,
Right.
and the aspect of working together seems so difficult. And it's like it made it clear, right? Similar for you. I can only try to show you so much,
Yep.
and after that, I really don't care, because, for example, if I take my eyes off these charts and don't execute the way I need to execute, it might cost me 5 grand.
Exactly.
Like me talking to one of my cousins literally cost me 5 grand. I
Oh,
spoke to him
wow.
for an hour. Yeah, I told him download the app on your phone and we'll link up. Oh, you know what? Let's no. Like I've taken, like, it's like he'll probably hear this or see this one day. I don't really care, but that 1 hour and a half of me like just dropping everything and giving him my full
Mhm.
attention literally cost me 5 grand. I don't do
Oh
that
my
anymore.
goodness. Yeah. Yeah.
Eh, I'm like, it would have been cheaper just to download the app and put in money on whatever I told you to. But nope,
Right.
nope, nope.
Wow.
So
Um,
I feel you, brother. I feel you.
yeah, that's crazy. And so right now I'm gonna sideswipe real quick and
Yeah, of
ask you
course.
because I'm curious on your opinion. Did you watch the latest interview with Mary Camacho?
Oh yeah. Yep.
What are your thoughts on that?
The one with the LCX
Yes. Yeah.
exchange, yeah.
Yep.
Uh, I really liked it. I saw it as a ecosystem opportunity. Really, I see
Hmm.
every exchange listing as an ecosystem opportunity. The reason why is because, uh, you know, let's say Binance, for example, or even crypto.com, for example, Qcoin too. Like, there's never
Right.
not been a time where somebody has used any of these major crypto platforms or market spaces where they haven't had a reduction in speed or difficulty completing trades.
Exactly.
So for me, I try to rationalize like why some of these exchange were listing us when we're below a billion, below the $500 million mark, and I think it's
Right.
because a lot of them are know the value potential that the tech has. Because if we're talking about instantiating in real
Right.
time, right? Like just, you know, like syntax, right? In real time, I think
Exactly.
it's worth looking at it, because when I looked at the white paper for LCX's exchange, like I think page 7 is just math formulas, right? And I had to like really like break it down. I still don't understand some of the math to it,
Right.
but just understanding, you know, this basics, market cap, volume, and representation of the trade on both sides. It's like, that's not like, there's no video that I'm going to find on that. There's no paper I'm going to read on that. But
Right.
one thing I'm really good at is the abstraction between the two parallels. And with LCX and Holo, it's just a matter of, you know, this is, you know, it's the opportunity. What does it present? And for LCX, it's an introduction to 100,000 people, for example, right?
Hmm.
Of what Holo
Right. Right.
offers, cross marketing.
Ex-
And then for
Exactly.
Holo, it's another access to a market. And with LCX coming out of Liechtenstein from what I had gotten from the call, is very similar to Gibraltar. Very small, but also space of regulation. So it's like they actually are like, it's a perfect relationship. And
Right.
I want to get more familiar with the LCX exchange. I got to hit them up. I won the giveaway for the best question asked. So
Oh, nice. That was you.
yeah,
Yeah. You had. I mentioned in my last video, you had great questions on there.
thank you.
So I definitely appreciate that.
Oh yeah, the chat
I
was
did.
flooded
Yeah.
with it was flooded.
Yeah.
We'll
I
call it enthusiasm for now.
you know, what I got from it was a couple of things outside of I really paid attention to what Mary Camacho was actually saying, and there's a couple of things because I've had people ask me questions about man, because there's a lot of confusion out there between hot and hollow fuel, and right now we don't have all of 100% of the answers. But one of the things that I have found interesting was it was as if as I thought. A lot of people once they see that hollow fuel is available, they're going to switch right over to hollow fuel without realizing that there's some special things that's going to happen with the hot token. Now,
Yep.
the first thing is that I really appreciate, and I said this in my video, but for some of you guys who maybe didn't see it, um, the Hollow organization is very they understand that there's a lot of tokens out there. There's a lot of hot tokens out there.
Yep.
And the thing about what I've liked about what Miss Mary said was the fact that she stated that she realized that there's a lot of tokens out there. And just for her saying that she realized that there's a lot of tokens tells me that she understands exactly where the frustrations are coming from people who invested in the hot token early. And then also, the second thing that she mentioned was those who have held the hollow ports for a long period of time, right? Because basically, some people have had their not their hollow token, excuse me, their hollow ports for a long period of time. So they bought these hollow ports and they can't do anything with it, and they've been patient for a very long time.
Yep.
And so now, right now, for many of you guys who are new, especially listening, this is like a huge turning point for Holochain. It's a huge turning point. So I really like the conversation. I really like where it went. I definitely appreciate Mary kind of being open and honest exactly about what's been going on. I will say this though, like with everything, I am a staunch supporter of Holochain, but with everything, I'm extremely careful and I'm watching and listening. Now, at this point, Holochain is not a scam. For many of you guys out there who don't understand, this is not a scam.
Facts.
This is not a pump and dump. This is not
Facts.
any of that stuff. Holochain is not a cryptocurrency. I get tired of hearing big name YouTubers call Holochain a cryptocurrency. Like,
oh my goodness. and mind you, I'm probably guilty of it too. But it's like, yeah, like some of them, when I see some of the bigger names, so like the 20,000, 30,000 plus followings, is just like do the token some justice. Read the white paper. Like,
right.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
They have a lot of coins in large market cap, and it's like, well, it's meant for the stability of the global adoption. It's like that was
right.
like,
well,
it's. But I know
I'm gonna tell you. I'm sorry. Can I cut you off just for a second here? Because I gotta say something that's kind of important.
Yep.
Here's something that everyone needs to understand. There has to be, and this was stated in last year as well during the little Hollow Fuel series, but there has to be a lot of hot tokens in order for hot to transfer into Hollow Fuel.
Exactly.
Because they want to have enough tokens so that everyone who wants to get involved with Hollow Fuel or wants to be a host, wants to pay the host, they're giving developers an opportunity to purchase Hollow Fuel and everyone else who's interested to have Hollow Fuel. Now, what's going to happen is we're all confused about exactly what's going to happen with a hot token. But what we do realize is that once the hot token is into transfers into hollow fuel, it's no longer in the market. And this is, and please, this is just my own personal speculation. This is just my personal speculation. I want to
Yeah.
repeat this. This is my personal speculation. Is that
Yeah.
I believe that once a certain amount of hot tokens are into hollow fuel, while they say it will be in a reserve account, I do believe that eventually they're going to burn them. And here's why. Because I do believe that hollow fuel is going to be backed and paired with other like fiat currency and Bitcoin, other things. And so there won't be a need to have the hot token for a in the reserve, at least not forever. So anyway, that's my own personal thoughts, but I'm not really sure on that. So
No, I feel you on
we'll
that.
have to see.
I've speculated on the possibility of a burn. Personally, I don't think one is going to happen. I don't think one's needed. But
Right,
if one were to happen, it's like, why would we reward like people now? Like, you know what I mean? It's
right,
like, if it were to even happen, hypothetically, like, just off the fingers crossed, let's hope it does. But if because I'm not against it, that's the one thing I'll say.
right.
But it's, if they were to ever burn, why would it happen now? Like, it would make more
Exactly.
sense for it to happen later on.
Later.
But it's
Exactly.
like, you know what, like after maybe the second batch of holoports being dropped or something, or
Right.
after they arrive and it's like, okay guys, now we're rolling out. It's like that's not, you don't reward people who are gonna shill at the 4 cent mark. Like
Exactly. But
yeah,
not only just that, she stated that it's going to be difficult. You know, I'm over here in America, and it's difficult for to get anything listed over here. Our rules and regulations, especially coming from the SEC, nobody knows
oh,
exactly what's going on. Nobody can, and you know that was one of the reasons why they're over in Gibraltar, or why they started over in Gibraltar, because over here in America, like our regulators, like nothing's regulated. We have no idea. We're still going by
and it's really not
the
fair,
Howey
to be
test.
honest. It is
Right.
very typical of big government, and it's, especially with American bureaucracy. Like, I grew up following American politics just because of the proximity of our borders.
Oh
Um,
yes.
so America, Canada. That's you,
Right.
when you say North America, that's how you say the Canada America part, America
Yeah.
Canada. And in following it though, it's like same here in Canada. There's no clear, concise guidelines or regulation. There's no effort. This is what the sad part is. There's been no effort to put together a body of individuals to oversee and suggest regulations for the 1,000 exchanges. There's no cherry picking of the top 100 or the top 200 or something. And so it's like, and from there, it's just a on-call basis. Okay, you call us and tell us how we should regulate you. That's how
Right.
Canada's approached it. In the US, the SEC has just kind of said everybody's security, but we've been very lucky with Holochain in
Right.
having, uh,
Well, it's not listed over here, so that's
no, but
one of the
it's,
big. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's because of the utility, right? Them
Right.
ensuring, like, I was combing through it the other day, every aspect I could about what separates utility from a security,
Hmm.
and it's like they meet the definition of a utility token perfectly. And the benefit of them as a utility is, it actually, they'll probably end up having a way better store of value in the long term, just because of
Right.
how much it's going to circulate. Like, we need such a large circulating supply, because when you go 4 sentences down, right, into the white paper,
Hmm.
and right away they tell you 1 trillion interactions per second. Cloud
Yeah.
hosting it literally needs that many tokens to interact with it.
Exactly. Exactly.
It,
So,
it
go ahead.
it's an
I'm sorry.
ecosystem. It's an ecosystem.
Right.
For it to operate in the fashion it's going to operate, it's just necessary.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why. Was it you or someone else asked that very sneaky question about is hollow fuel going to be paired
Oh, that was me.
with the hot token?
I
That was
snuck that
you.
in there. I prepped
Yeah,
that
I
one.
saw that.
I was ready for that.
Did you like? Did you like how she answered that?
Oh yeah. I did. I did. Cause you know what I mean. It's like I'm looking at the Hap store, and is the Hap store going to be the DAP store? Are we going to have a Uniswap type of opportunity? Is this pancake swap? Is this cake? You know what I mean? Like my
Right.
eyes are just going places. I haven't rolled my green candle, so to speak. So that my imagination is even more wild. It's like,
Yeah.
huh, I'm excited for this. And so I had to ask that because I'm like, there's just a progression of things, like, and the way everything's been structured and detailed right till
Hmm.
now is like, how does it not head in that direction? How do I not have a BTC hot fuel pairing?
Right. Exactly. Eh, eh, I do have my speculation that um as far as hollow fuel is concerned, I don't think that hollow fuel is going to be listed on any exchange in America anytime soon. Even after hollow fuel is actually available, because right now we have to, like Miss Mary was saying, Camacho was saying, they have to fully integrate their own their own hollow fuel account, and they're going to have to it's going to be a learning curve for them. Well, that's if the exchange decides to even do that in the first place, because right now you see how Coinbase and I mean Binance US is forced, as many people know, they a lot of people who just get into crypto. Back in the day, Binance was like the thing, so it was very
Yep.
easy to get into Binance. And then once they kicked all of the Americans out, like it was like,
No,
how are we like I was so frustrated, and then we were forced to go into Coinbase, and then we were forced to Gemini or any of the other local exchanges. And so
I
because of
just I
that,
just don't get why
go ahead.
Binance, like, I just don't get why Binance even bowed to the American government.
They had to, and I'll tell you why. Number
Okay, I gotta
one
hear
is
that.
because, yeah, no, number one is because there's a lot of money over here. It just is what it is, because the dollar is the reserve right now at the moment. It won't be probably in the next 10 years, but right now at the moment, it is the reserve currency of the world. And so you will increase your revenue by allowing those in the United States. So, for example, when Binance US first came here, believe it or not, it was only available in 13 states. It wasn't even available in Florida, where I am. It wasn't available in a
Oh
lot of states. It
wow.
was only available in 13 states. And then about 6 months later, other states started to go in. I believe it's almost available. Binance US is almost available in all of the states now. So this is how slow our process is. But while we're working on that slow process, guess what other people doing are in other countries? They're able to invest. They're able to
Yep.
get in early, and then they're able to maximize their gains and returns. While we over here are punished, and when I mean by we, I mean that normal people, regular people who are not like
Yep.
have millions of dollars, okay,
And
that
and
have
it's
like
not
millions
fair.
of dollars. So,
And it's not fair because you know what? I think back to that CNN reporter who bashed
uh huh,
Bitcoin back in the
uh
day.
huh,
And then all
yep,
of a sudden, what, 10 years later? Oh, I just paid off my house with Bitcoin. Back in the day, we only spent about 12 grand on Bitcoin. Yeah, tell us what it's worth now if you're paying off your house. And I see this is honestly what I feel with a lot of the politicians that are like blocking some of this is just simply
right,
so they can get a head start on it. So there isn't a separation in wealth. Like it's not like in Turkey where you had Buddy run off with all the funds in an exchange and close another exchange. This is what I see for the states. It's literally just a separation in wealth and keeping the disparity in wealth where it is, because otherwise there wasn't a there I could see the argument being made for not wanting to devalue your own dollar 100%,
right,
but I don't
right.
see the point in handing out $1.2 trillion to people and also telling people like, yo, don't change your life right now.
Exactly. Exactly. And I hate to go into this conversation, but a lot of times investing has a lot to do with how you live your life, your own personal life, what you're
Yeah.
doing with your time, what you're doing with your energy. And so, you know, there's a lot of people out here, they're struggling to survive, they're struggling to do this. But at the end of the day, you know, we have a lot of people, they make excuses. They're like, well, I don't have time to learn cryptocurrency. I don't have time to learn Bitcoin. I don't have time to learn all this.
Okay,
But they
but
have time to watch 5-minute videos on Facebook of cats playing the piano. You see
oh
what I'm
my
saying?
goodness. Yep, I
You see?
agree. Like, so for the States, right? One question we had popped through in the chat, somebody had wanted to know, would a VPN make things easier for Americans? Because I had thought about it. I'm like, you know, with some of the like the coins I was able to buy, I didn't realize it, but I'm like, yo, my VPN says I'm in Japan.
Right, absolutely. And yes, so yes, VPNs actually a lot of but you have to be educated on that. So now you
Yep.
have to, like, a lot of people use I believe it's Opera VPN. They use a VPN, and then they and a lot of cell phones, believe it or not, a lot of cell phones are from other countries as well, and they're
Yep.
already listed as being as a computer being all the way across seas. So there's other things like that. But yeah, you're absolutely right. But the thing about VPN is the fact that you have to download it onto a computer,
Yep.
and then, you know, a lot of people, it's not so grandmas and grandpas can get on there and do whatever. You
Oh,
actually
yep.
intentionally have to do that.
Yep.
And
No,
that's
it's
the
true.
issue right there. But but things like an exchange like Coinbase and Binance US and all of that, all you have to do is you put your information in your KYC, but we won't talk about that. We'll save that for a later day.
Yep. Yep.
But you know, you just put your KYC and stuff like that, and then they just give you the money, and there you go. You know, so
Right on.
that's the reason why.
Oh my
I'm
god.
hoping across. Yep. You there, Johnny?
I'm here. I'm absolutely blown away by this. I want you to carry on. I do want you to both carry on. Just literally keep going. I'm writing
Yeah,
down so
most
much.
def. Okay, so I dig it. So I was gonna say, we got one more question right here. It's will beta happen this year? What are your thoughts on that?
For me personally, I do believe that. Okay, so I believe that closed beta will happen for sure this year. As far as open beta, I don't know. And the reason why I personally I don't know, because I do believe that because they pushed up Hollow Fuel, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken, on their roadmap. So because they pushed up Hollow Fuel on their roadmap, that gives me a good signal that beta is going to be around the corner. So they do have some technical things to work with. And so yes, I do believe that as far as closed beta is concerned, I do believe that that's going to happen. As far as open beta is concerned, I don't. That's it just depends on how fast their tech goes, how
And for
quickly they're
those
able to adopt it.
that don't know the difference between closed beta and open beta, what would you characterize as some simple differences?
So basically, really, the difference is right in the statement as far as being open and closed. You know, in closed beta, they're probably still doing a little bit of testing, tweaking. For example, with the hollow ports, making sure hollow ports are going. People who have hollow ports, that those who are developers, they actually have they're actually being supported by the host, that their site or whatever they have, whatever app they have is available through the host, and that the hosts are being actually paid. So in closed beta, you'll see those who are hosting earning hollow fuel. And actually, Mayor Camacho actually mentioned that and stated that that's probably going to happen. Now, open beta is more like where everybody's just going to be, it's going to be a free for all. Everybody's just going to jump in, and it's just going to be running as normal. While it won't be fully open, I believe they're going to do things in inches, like just open it up more and more and more. But I don't know exactly what their goal is when it comes to that. So that's a great question.
Right on, right on. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all interesting. I'm really excited. I'm gonna I do apologize for any of my videos lately. I've been dealing with microphone problems, audio problems. The last video I made, I had finally got the camera working, and then I got the mic working. But then all of a sudden, like it was out of sync, and then I found out why. Apparently, the material that I bought is pushing the computer that I have to the limits. So the webcam, yeah, the webcam and the mic are too evolved for the old computer that I have.
Yep, trust. I got a desktop that's been what I think it's going on 13 years. 13 years.
Oh my God!
But
Wow.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I went to a computer school and I used to sell computer parts. Like
Oh
one of
wow.
my jobs is I'm pretty lucky. Like I've always grown up around computers. Like I was taking them down from when I was like 8 years old. But then
Oh
like
wow.
I used to steal my sister's code. I know for sure you remember Black Planet. You remember
Oh
Memories, yeah? Did you ever have an
no,
account?
no, I did not.
Okay, so you know what but you know about Black Planet, yeah? Like like it was like Facebook back in the day.
Oh no. The
Oh
first
wow.
thing I realized was not Facebook, but what was it? The other one.
MySpace.
Um, MySpace. That was the first
Yeah.
time I was
Yep.
introduced to. Yeah, yeah.
So it was like I would steal my sister's code and make my page better than her page. Like so I was doing this from a kid. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know it had a value. But I've always been around computers. It's always, if I wasn't taking apart, even when I went to computer school, like I left that computer school because they weren't teaching us how to code and how to program like they were teaching kids down in Cali. So I'm like, if I got to wear a uniform, I may as well get a job or go to a different school. So I went to a different
Right.
school. But
Exactly.
everything with like that I've been enjoying as far as like seeing how they're going to move next is like don't like for me it was like that's why I was able to choose like the right computer. I'm not too concerned
Oh,
about the setup. Like the setup comes with time. Like don't even worry about all that stuff. I know my computer's old, but
right,
it's the thing is when you choose the right parts, it'll age well, and it's aged well
right.
so far. It still
That's
handles
awesome.
everything. It's just the rendering, just the rendering.
That's awesome, man. You grew up opposite. You grew up opposite to me because my dad,
You
my
grew up in the
dad, he was
city
in
or
the
the country?
computers. I grew up in the city.
Okay.
My dad is C++ certified.
What?
He yes, exactly. He works with. He's been in the computers almost similarly to you, like just breaking it down and building it up. And he got certified early. He's been in computers forever. Whereas
Oh
then
wow.
his idiot son has been outside playing basketball all day, playing sports. So sports and performing arts was my thing back in the
Oh
day.
right on.
Uh,
Yeah, sport. I love
yeah,
sports. Love sports.
yeah. So now I kind of wish that I had paid attention just a little bit.
Oh, it's easy to catch up, man. It's easy to catch up. It just the hard part is finding the time. Like I think at one point at the construction site, the guys thought I had an addiction because it was like, yo, this guy just comes in looking like crap. And I'm like, no. It's like I'm trying not to do construction forever.
Exactly.
So it's just
Exactly.
time. Like once you have the time, it's like, man, I read articles even when I'm sitting down.
Exactly.
It just
And
it,
that's a great for anyone who's listening, man. This is the prime example of, and you are a prime example of someone who, I mean, we do things similarly. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm looking at all of the articles, what happened when I was asleep, because it seemed like everything happened when I was asleep. The whole world, the whole crypto world just changes when I'm asleep. And but what's going on? What's the latest thing? I believe I was on uh block was it 101 blockchain 101, and I was learning about the different DLTs, and apparently there's another thing on there, and I'm like, oh, let me find out what that is. So just doing
Mhm.
research every day will really go far.
I imagine you've read the DLT for Good um, PDF from the European Commission.
Oh yes, 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 I did.
Oh yeah, that was a really good read. I think the other one by Deloitte and Touche was another one. Um, and I'm trying to figure out who else had one. I don't know if IBM did one on the economy of things. It's like these articles, but especially the DLT for good one. Uh,
Hmm.
it's they make a world of difference in terms of understanding the landscape that we that Hollow could see itself playing in. But then as we understand more of Hollow, the more we start to understand the rest of the market at play and the people that make
Right.
the decision with it. It's like those at the time we set aside to like dive in deeper actually just ends up benefiting us in the long run.
Exactly. And for me personally, for many that don't know, I'm very involved with my community, and for example, I'm helping out in disaster relief in my area. Just being able to work in the community and just my I have a
Oh,
master's in public administration. Go ahead.
oh, that is perfect. That is perfect. Because when I think about how much of what is it, like the amount of money uh that was earmarked for disaster relief but never went to
Hmm.
like the people it was supposed to. It's like
Exactly.
now the government has no excuse for not getting it to the right people. Like if we
E-
take the approach that Cardano's having in Africa, it's like
Exactly.
crypto as a whole in these DeFi spaces, like it's unfortunate, like what Doge and XRP and some of these other um, P and D coins, the pump and dump coins, are doing, because it's like taking away from real life use case potential
Exactly.
and utility.
Exactly.
Because for like it's just especially on the coast, how many hurricanes are scheduled for this year? It's like I'm like you guys talk about it more in Canada. We just pay attention to what we're told about the states, but
Yeah.
it's like, but it's like, but on that perspective, it's like this is something that's has real value to people's lives.
Absolutely. And again, I'll take it even a step further, because I
Turn it
do.
up.
No, I just do understand what happens, when it comes to the city and municipalities, like governors and city commissions and stuff like that. Every city has to have a budget for a lot of different things. And one of the craziest things that people don't realize is I'm just thinking like once Holochain comes out, it's not only going to solve problems about how to um, how finance travels, but also communication, right? So we're starting to have it to where the technology of Holochain is going to enable, and I'm going to take this to another level because obviously I was in the military, in the Air Force,
By
and
the way,
there's a
thank
lot
you
of
for your
privacy.
service, sir.
Yeah, it's all good, man. The privacy of being able to have a system in which it only communicates with you want it to communicate with. And
Yep.
so you can have a system, even in Florida or even wherever you are, you can have a system in which only the people who are involved in the system can communicate. But likewise, it goes the same way for the citizens, right? So the citizens now have their own, we just call it their own blockchain, their own code, and now they have the opportunity to communicate without having everyone in third parties and everyone down their throats. But what that does is that it actually enhances the economy, and that
Yep.
enhances the economy because now it enables people to be able to gather, to be able to do things without the worry of having so many other people or so many different things happen. And I'll give you a great example. In the military, I just imagine, and I know it's going to happen, the military still worries about, scams and things going on emails and different
Oh
things
yeah.
like that. We have whole like trainings on it. They're very boring, but we have all trainings. Don't open up this email from South Africa or whatever.
Yep.
We
Yep.
have to have those. But if
Did
you
they make
have
you guys delete WhatsApp?
WhatsApp wasn't a thing at the
Oh,
time
okay.
when I was in, but
Yeah,
they
before I
have
got into crypto, I deleted my WhatsApp.
So that was a smart move. Um, but yeah, but being able to have countries, and this is where I'm saying, and we're investing in a technology in which whole countries are going to start adopting and using, because now we have the U.S. Someone mentioned it on Twitter. I can't remember who it was, but we have the U.S., we have Russia, we have all of these countries, and they're going to be able to communicate and do things without the need of worrying about other countries interrupting anything,
Yep.
i.e., i.e., voting. I see
Oh wow.
Holochain.
Could
I
you
can
could
see
you imagine
Holochain.
DeFi voting?
Yes, I can see Holochain adapting, actually being adopted, and then and believe it or not, I see a mix between Cardano and Holochain being able to have the technology, or having, because sometimes I will say this, with blockchain, sometimes it is necessary. It is necessary in voting. Why? Because in voting, everyone can vote, and every person who votes can be counted. So nobody, there's no privacy voting. There's no nothing. Everybody who voted has voted. There's no double voting. There's no people voting who died a long time ago. There's none of that stuff. So I do see a use case for things like that, but I see more of a use case obviously for things like Holochain. And then I believe Eric Braun was talking in one of his AMAs about the network being able to communicate without obviously the need of the internet. So if we're having our devices, and we have a lot of smart homes, all of our devices are communicating with each other, but none of them are communicated outside. Well, it can't be hacked, right? Because
Yep.
if it's within, it can't be hacked from outside. I was just looking at listen to an article, and I say this, and then I'll leave or stop. The person was able to hack he used this drone, and he was able to hack a Tesla. And that's concerning.
Yep. Yep. I agree with that. It's it does offer a tremendous amount of security, and the use cases that are available to us go well beyond what's already being done. So it's kind of like it's one of those things where it's like people are looking at what they're holding right now, and it's like, okay, I have money. It's like, why aren't I rich? It's like, well,
Exactly.
if you want to be wealthy, innovate. Because like if you've listened to the conversation thus far, and I'm saying this to the viewers, it's like once you innovate, like the amount of opportunities that become available to you go well beyond what you're holding. That's
Exactly.
the power of Hollow.
But not even that. Understanding, and I'm just going to say this on my side.
Mhm.
If I'm into public administration, I'm working within the government, doing different things like that.
Yep.
What happens, and this is just crypto space as a whole, because we have cities and governments, they're trying to pay the customers in crypto and everything else in between. Well, what people don't understand is that's a ripple in the pond, because now when you have that, you have to actually have HR people or people in human resources to be able to pitch or tell others about it, what you're investing in. This is, instead of a 401k, you're actually having, everything go into your cryptocurrency account, and this or that, or you're getting paid here and there. Well, how does that work out in everyday business, especially Fortune 500 companies? They're going to need educated people like ourselves, who've been in for
Hmm.
the longest, to be able to explain these things to them.
Oh yeah,
So
or they're gonna
there's
end
a
up
lot of
having to
opportunity.
follow suit when they see
Exactly.
one of us talking about how we're paying our employees on YouTube. It's like, you know what I mean? I already got a model in mind. I know for sure 100%. Like if I'm able to start up a company next year, and it's like I'm gonna pay people, they're gonna get paid, but it's like
Right.
I'm gonna ask them if they're interested in getting a crypto of their choice. So it's like,
Right.
take, like, I don't care if it's like 99% of your wage. Great, here you go. Shoot, I'll pay you 105% of your wage. Take 100% in cash, and I'm gonna give you 5% in crypto for the first 6 months or something. You know what I mean? Just so like somebody
Yeah.
can just like understand. I gotta plant the seeds and hope it rains, kind of thing. Because like trying to get
Exactly.
friends and family and coworkers
No,
in this rate,
man.
it's like, nah.
Yeah.
At this rate, I might have to hire somebody, pay them cash, and give them crypto to see how useless their cash is.
Yep. Yep. And that makes sense. That's actually That's actually a great model, by the way. Um, but yeah, it's just really it's really awesome, the many use cases of Holochain and cryptocurrency in general, but
Oh yeah,
specifically the tech that Holochain provides. So
yep.
I'm really
And
excited.
and you know what too? It's like I don't know about for you in the States, but I know with the recent spate of hacks, like
Yes.
especially targeting the hospital networks and electrical grids. For Canada, it's a huge issue. Like I couldn't do my taxes on my own this year, which is I don't normally do it, but this was the year I was going to do it, and I couldn't even access my account because 800,000, and my account is one of them. 800,000 Canadians had their government accounts compromised. So it's
Oh
like,
my God, that's
so for
crazy.
me, when I look at the whole security behind the patent and the s- the way it's structured, there
Right.
really should be actual um, government's use case for the tech, because people like think of holochain and they think of just the holo token and holo fuel,
Exactly.
but then they forget
Yep.
holo is the enterprising organization behind the foundation, right? So it's like,
Exactly.
so for them, the more that they find themselves in government spaces, it only benefits us in the long run because um it puts, how can I describe it? It puts the architects and the execs on a pedestal, so to speak, because
Right.
this is how good it is. It can secure a nation, and you can trust all the other apps and the rest of the network too. Like, so,
Exactly.
so when people like hear me sort of talk about the alignment of Hollow with government, it's not a bad thing. Like
No.
everybody is against government, but who's the first person they cry to when they can't access their crypto account?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Well, we had a number of people, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this. A lot of Ripple owners trying to sue the SEC.
I
And
kind of laughed. I didn't sign that signature list, dude. I would not sign that. Like, I'm not getting my name dragged in court.
exactly.
I'm like you wouldn't like, it's just, it's like I I I I love anybody who services their community. So it's like I find it very laughable when someone's like, I don't like cops. Okay, then who are you gonna call? Who are you going to call when you're having an issue with your crypto? And I was one of those people who's like, centralized, blah blah blah. But then guess what? When I called my regulatory body, guess what they told me? They don't preside in this jurisdiction. So it's like for people, if you really want to be decentralized, great. But understand, you're going to want to call somebody, and when
Exactly.
we're asleep and nobody's in the Discord because they're sleeping too, it's like, who are you going to call? And that's one of those things where it's like a little bit of regulation isn't a bad thing.
Correct.
It's only a bad thing for people doing bad things.
Exactly.
And I
Exactly.
would love to see the crypto space actually have a little more governance, and just to be an openly safe space. Like, I don't want to have to call anybody because I know there's no customer service.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I can only imagine, and it probably make them even more mad. I can only imagine someone took off with, came in their house and stole everything that they had, and they're like, "Well, I'm going to call the cops." And you call the cops, and they're like, "Oh, hi, how you doing? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, well, we apologize, but we only have 5 members on the force because we've been defunded. So good luck."
You know what I mean? Like, it don't make no sense. Don't make no sense.
So, but I do understand, obviously, and that's another distraction. And I'm gonna say it's a legitimate distraction. But I will say this: um, there's another distraction
Hmm.
in everything that's happening over here in America, and which this is one of the reasons why I believe that the crypto market hasn't really taken off, because our regulators are dealing with a whole lot of social issues,
Yep.
that should have been dealt with a long time ago, but
Yep.
now it's coming to the forefront. Now we're dealing with social issues, we're dealing with COVID, we're dealing with all this other stuff, and no one is paying attention to the rules and regulations or tax hikes. We'll have to talk about taxes later
Oh my goodness.
on.
I'm still planning to relocate. I haven't decided where. I can't say what country I'm coming to. It could be the UK. It could be Gibraltar. You know what I'm saying? It could be anywhere but Canada. If I get hit, but you know what? Our tax isn't that bad though. I think it's like 20% and then 15%, and it's for us it's like, what is it? I think it's after like like a set amount, like 250,000, something like that. But then there's also a lifetime capital gains tax where I can shell, my money
Oh
into.
wow,
Yeah,
wow,
it's because you know what? It's most people don't notice, right? But it's like every time it's so bad I say this, but every time, a wealthy person falls from grace, I gotta go check the sidewalk. I gotta know, you know what I mean? Like, I'll use a perfect example. Harvey Weinstein. This guy is worth an exorbitant amounts of wealth. He falls from grace. Guess what happens? I learn all about his business dealings, his
right.
syndications on YouTube. I didn't even know YouTube was a thing that was syndicated. Why does Warner Bros have like 50 YouTube channels under their belt? But it's like
Oh
you learn
wow,
more about yeah, oh yeah, you learn a lot more, right?
right.
So it's so I just sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second.
Oh no, 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 you're good. I definitely understand what you mean by that, and especially with the taxes, it's getting kind of crazy. You know, eh, I don't want to get too deep into it because this could literally be a conversation for forever. But
Oh
that's
yeah.
that's the other reason. That's the other reason why a lot of people don't like
Oh,
the government and regulatory. Go ahead.
I was just thinking about it. I think the tax, so yeah. Sorry, just two different parallels, and I'm connecting them now.
Yeah.
Because I'm taking it from the position of the social ills, and one of the social, because we can't treat the social ills that have needed to be treated for decades after decades.
Mhm.
But it's, one that it's created is now that people don't really trust the crypto market as a space in which they can store value for a long term. So,
Exactly.
there's this perspective of things being bearish, and it's not bearish. People are frantically throwing money in whatever direction they think is going to net them the most money, not realizing that all their crypto is tied to their bank account. All that money has to go back into a bank account regardless. It's even
Exactly.
there's you ever see that there's this video of somebody trying to pull a gold bar through a glass case, and it's literally that's what they're gonna find out when they realize like what their withdrawal limits are. It's like I made 150,000, but by the time you withdraw 20 grand, it'll be 100,000. No, it'll be less than 100,000. So it's
Yep.
like it's definitely a challenge for anybody that's just getting into the space, trying to justify like putting money into something super volatile. And then we've also got things like certain meme coins that are taken away from
Yeah.
projects that have
So
been added. Yeah, go ahead.
exactly. Yeah, I was just gonna say. So there's also going to be a lot of extra stuff. I believe it's Gemini right now that's advertising that they're going to be having crypto credit cards over the summer.
Ooh, how do you feel
So,
about that?
well, it's a love-hate relationship.
Yep, same.
I don't know if it's a credit or debit, and they have to really talk about that. I don't know how they're going to do that. Because if they're using debit cards as like having
Oh,
cryptocurrency as a debit,
oh, I
now we're
think.
dealing with how you're going to tax that because now I go into
Oh yeah, we got to get
Walmart.
taxed on two things.
Yes, exactly. So now I go
So,
into Walmart and I buy a basketball, I buy a skateboard, and I'm taxed on that. Then I go to the Starbucks and get a cup of coffee. I'm taxed on that. Where does it stop?
mhm. Okay, so with it, I think for the cards, like they're gonna draw from your fiat balance, right? I don't think
Ex-
there's actual payment coming from the actual currency itself. I don't think
right,
because
exactly.
because as much as crypto, you know what I mean? Like it's not blockchain isn't going anywhere, and we're all headed in a post blockchain direction. But
Right.
the fact that their cards are still taking Visa payments, they're not ready to
Right.
do anything crypto based payment wise.
Exactly.
So it's
But here's
yeah,
the thing though.
yeah.
You can have an account. You can have a crypto.com account, and this is why I think they're going with it. Let's say you have 100K in Bitcoin, 100,000 in Bitcoin. Well, if as long as you have that amount, they will use their fiat currency to be the intermediary and let the and take out the amount of crypto that you use. So you see what I'm saying?
Yep. It's
So
the other thing too, every bit of like crypto you receive, because I know like with Crow you get a bit back in return. You get I think like 0.05 Crow or something, or what at the time was like 5 cents. So I don't know what it is now, but it's a percentage of the sale, and you get it back in Crow. Well, now I got to get taxed on that too, and
exactly.
but also too, it's like the way we get at this, and I had to explain to one of my friends who was like, worried about the taxes as well. It's different because like in the States, it's just not fair to tax people so heavily on crypto. I think it should just like they should set it to where it's like under 100,000, you make what you make, and there's these taxes up to this parameter, right? But
right.
On billionaire class, yeah, definitely 40% tax them because they've been dodging taxes forever.
Exactly.
They've got some in Panama. It's all right. They'll be all right. But for guys like you and I and everybody else, it's like, well, if I'm not making more than 6 figures, well, it's how is it fair to apply the same tax rate to me as well?
Exactly.
So it's different. But I wanted to say back to the whole crypto card thing. I'd never spend my crypto at any dollar store. Nope.
Oh yeah.
Like
no,
that's
definitely.
I think it's smart for a business to be able to take crypto. Like if I
Absolutely.
do business or a merchant store of any kind, like I'll sell t-shirts for ETH. Don't get me wrong. I will sell anything for Ethereum. But you know what? It's like I'm not giving up my crypto. The only person who's getting my Ethereum is gonna be Holochain. That's it. I'll make all my payments for Holoports, Holoport Pluses, Nanos. I don't care. I'll pay that in ETH because I like them.
Right.
But my dollar store, no, they're not. I'm not dropping anything, any crypto for nothing. Nope. and yes, Binance does also offer a Visa card. That's another excellent choice. You can't go wrong with who you choose. For the viewers, let's see. Somebody was saying, isn't Pundi X implementing a payment system where you can pay by crypto? That is excellent, but why would you even trust a card from Pundi X when you can't trust them to increase your value when they do a token burn? I just don't just a thought.
I heard about that. And
That was and there's no law. There's no law about it. There's nothing anyone can do about it.
Exactly. I heard about that, and I was actually, because it is a solid project. See, that's the thing. That's a prime example of something that's a solid project, right? But they kind of burn the people who their investors. They burn them.
Yep.
And that's not cool at all. So that's why I'm appreciative of Mary Camacho actually saying and stating that she's aware of where everything is right now. But obviously, as time goes on, and then as hot goes into as a lot of hot, it goes into Hall of Fame reserve thing. I do think that there's going to be more explanation on that, so that we'll all be super clear. But I don't believe that they're going to be an organization like Pundi X, in which I do, and go back to the question, I do think that Pundi X will kind of survive and thrive, because I think it's going to be more of a commonplace for people to use cryptocurrencies on their POS. You know what I mean? But at the same time, on their point of sale device, excuse me. But at the same time, I don't see, as you stated before, there's going to be, where does that trust come in at? And then obviously that's where we have all of these crypto insurance programs and everything else.
Oh yeah.
So,
and I'll just take this from the green paper. There's several characteristics of holofuel, and it's that it's asset backed. It doesn't use tokens or coins, and the transactions are countersigned by both parties. So it's
Exactly.
that's what I'm just paraphrasing from here. Is that's what enables the supply that breathes, so it can be value stable without being value static.
Oh, holofuel. Oh, and by the way, for anyone who's listening, I'm telling you this right now. I'm going on a record to say this. Holofuel is going to be mad stable. It's going to be
Yeah.
extremely stable. And I don't know exactly how the mutual credit system is going to work. I did try to listen to a lot of different videos. I tried. Who was it? I believe it was the Mindless Cog. He had a
Yeah.
video out talking about it and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
I
it's
tried to give him a good listen. I still watch his videos here and there, fellow
yeah,
Canadian. But it was
yeah, yeah.
when he was talking about the airdrop, I was like, you can't do that stuff. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be
Yeah, yeah,
fact based, because it's like
yeah,
it's not a knock on him, but also too, it's like with the swap, there wasn't a whole lot to guess about the swap. Like in the green paper,
right,
we can go through videos and find what we can find, but from 2018 to 2020 to 2021, so much has changed. And
right.
those like the between the green paper and the white paper, they're the best opportunities at for anybody who hasn't read them to gain a further understanding of what holofuel will mean for them in terms of the swap. Because like, how to describe it, like just buying things on Binance, for example, it's different when I use Tron's network. When I use Tron network based USDTs and
Hmm.
USDC. So USDC, for those who don't know, that's the Ethereum based version of the US dollar. Tron, for example, USDT doesn't have the same Ethereum gas fees. So it's like, so that's like, how can I describe it?
Yeah,
When I had to when I had to do some shopping with mainland China to order some stuff to
right.
Canada, those Binance fees, it's not like it's the end of the world, but still, it's like I don't like seeing them.
Exactly.
I send the money with Tron via the USDT. Now I understand the difference between the two, but what it would have cost me in gas fees would not have been
Right.
this.
Exactly. And that's obviously, that's where
Because I
holofuel
don't,
is going to.
yeah, because I don't know what these gas fees are until afterwards. I've had
Exactly.
I've had gas fees on one occasion, to do a $300 transaction cost me $20. But I've also
Wow.
had the same gas fees for
Mm.
was it a 300 and no, I've had $60 gas fees on a
Uh-huh.
$250 purchase. I
Oh,
don't
wow.
understand what and why it fluctuates the way it fluctuates.
Yeah.
So it's
And
like
then
I just
and I will say this on a side note with not just with the fees, but did you follow what Binance was doing as far as their BNB, as far as what
oh
they did when they first came out, and they did a huge, remember they did that huge burn a long time ago, and I'm like, what? And then they did another burn, and I'm like, what are they doing? And now I'm understanding what they're doing.
yeah, it's just to drive up the price, right? Like between you and I, like we get it, right? Like the price is going up.
Right.
We don't share the same enthusiasm, right? But somebody who's not like tuned into the charts is like they're gonna have it's Wonderland, it's Six Flags. Like to them, this is the most exciting thing ever because I just
Yeah.
bought it and now the price is going up. Let me buy more before the price goes up.
Right.
And it's like it's a really fast way to drive people in when they see that price movement.
Right.
Um, and so like
And,
I still can't believe I didn't buy no B&B, man.
yeah, I know. I'm the same. Same, but I was I at least for me, while I had the education, I didn't have the opportunity to invest in it. So it was
Yeah,
just a wrong place, wrong time type of thing. But you said something interesting, and it's the last thing because I actually I believe my vehicle is ready and I have to go.
yeah.
But I will say this, and by the way, thank you, Johnny, for allowing me to be here. Thank you,
You're welcome.
And I
And
appreciate you guys talking. But I will say this, and this is also to the many subscribers out there and those who are listening to this video. You know, Ed brought up something very interesting. When you make a lot, when you see money, you make a lot of money. Where do you want to go? Because if you make $100,000 and you don't need it, but you make $100,000 and you're like, yes, I can go buy a Lambo or I can buy a new Toyota, which would probably be my case in the very, very far future. But let's say I buy another vehicle. If that's your thought process after $100,000, you probably can't handle the crypto space, and
Yep.
that is the truth. Okay, if you can't, if you have to have. It's not even about having diamond hands. It's about understanding the position that you're in and the wealth that you can accumulate just by being patient, just by being
Yep.
patient for a year or two or however long it takes for that project to get where it needs to go. Then you'll be just fine.
Yep. Amen to that. Amen to that.
for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Thank you
anyway,
very
you guys,
much.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and go. Yes, thank you. I really
Thank you,
appreciate you
Chris.
inviting me to Discord. You guys gonna see me on Discord more often now.
Right on.
And I'm gonna be my next video. I don't know. I'm gonna really try to get this the video and audio right, but that's what I've been working on. So
No worries.
Excellent. Okay.
yeah.
Thank you so
So
much for today,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you
hey,
so
Really
much.
appreciate
not a
you.
problem. Bye, you guys. It was definitely a pleasure speaking with you guys. We have to do this again sometime. Okay.
Oh, most
Definitely.
definitely. Most definitely.
All right. All right.
All
Bye.
right. Take care. Ciao.
Right. So obviously,
Woot, woot.
that was incredible, wasn't it? Obviously, we've missed out on a few questions, but it's fine. What I'll do is me and Big Black Crypto will catch up with the Crypto Truth and get those answers out of him in terms of those questions, so we can do it slow time. Big Black Crypto, how are you feeling right now that we've
Right on.
actually had a chat with the Crypto Truth? Have we lost Big Black Crypto?
I gotta admit, I feel really happy, like just super happy, super happy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there's a big
Hello?
delay at this end for some reason, so I'll let you just talk.
Okay. Yeah, it's I didn't expect to get a chance to speak with him, and so to actually like get to. Oh yeah, now I can hear the delay. It's sorry. Just having the opportunity to get to speak with the guy who is the reason you invested, changed your life. You know what I mean? Like it's really, really fulfilling. Cause like, yeah, it's my day has been made.
Fantastic. Right. We'll shut the door on this. Thank you so much, Big Black Crypto. I know there's a delay, so I'll just carry on talking, but I really appreciate you
Nice.
coming on and helping with the interview. I couldn't have done that even 1% better. Or 150 million% better than what you've done. You've absolutely nailed it. We've got the Crypto Truth now on our Discord, which is incredible. I'm literally blown away by it, and I'm speechless. And it's just what an amazing movement forward for the HoloTUBE to have such an incredible person, as well as yourself, Big Black Crypto. You've been here from the very
Thank
beginning.
You, thank you.
It's just,
and I'll be here till the end.
Well, there is no end until the end of us. I think we're just going to keep going.
Yep. No, I think we'll be handing our holo to our children.
Oh, I'm 100% sure. My son has already said, "Can I be Jonny Stangs Jr.?" So he's already wanting to progress on and carry on the live stream, which is great.
Oh, the legend lives on. Yes.
Oh dear. So I'll bring the chat to a close unless you have something to say, Big Black
All right,
Crypto.
brother. No. I'm good. I'm good. I'm very appreciative. You know, it's I got a holo port today. I got
Yes.
to talk to Chris for the first time. So I mean, it's been a day of days. I guess the last thing I'll say is, for anybody who's got Coinbase, you might want to check your email because I think there's a $3 giveaway of a new token. They're trying to encourage people to check out. Beyond that, if you don't have Coinbase, don't worry about it. But if you do have Coinbase, check your emails and enjoy answering 3 questions for $3.
Amen to that. Right.
Thanks, guys.
I'll check myself. Right. Cheers, Big Black Crypto. Thanks, buddy.
Sure.
Team. Oh my gosh. Like, what just happened for the past, I don't even know how long it was. Was it an hour and a half? An hour and a half of Big Black Crypto and the Crypto Truth. This is just awesome. All right. Wow. I'm literally... 1 second. Let me just adjust that. There we go. Compressor is now back on. Jonny Stang is back in the freaking house. Okay, so I know that some of the questions were not answered, but with us now having the Crypto Truth in the Discord, I can get those questions answered slow time. I've just seen it. The messages were flying around earlier for 1,500 subs, which is just incredible. I do think now the HoloTUBE is getting spoken about. It's getting talked about. The Crypto Truth has been dipping in and out for some time, watching us. This is why it's so important that we have as many mods as we do, because the HoloTUBE is now building a reputation, and the HoloTUBE belongs to all of you. It doesn't just belong to me. Yes, I was the founder, but it belongs to all of you, and it needs to be. The HoloTUBE and the Holo Yacht needs to be protected from people creating FUD, from trolls, etc., etc., spammers, the lot. Okay, so now that we're stepping up within the crypto space, people know about the HoloTUBE. We have to make sure that our space is safe. And we've got to make sure that it's safe. Let's just have a look at these questions, because there's one that's just come up from Nonstop. What do we know more than I do not understand? What is there just told then? I mean, I don't really understand what you're asking there, but if you do not understand what they have been saying for the past hour and a half, what I would do is I would go back and listen to it all again. They have literally gone through in so much depth, and I mean so much depth, about HoloTUBE, about swapping, about VPN, about the asset, the future of it. There is so much content in there that, oh my gosh. So, Sunny Setter, what you're seeing now is the front door of the HoloTUBE. We have the HoloTUBE and then the Holo Yacht. Okay, just bear with us. It's obvious we are a fun channel. We do have lots of fun. So we call the YouTube channel the HoloTUBE, and then the Discord is basically just a chat room. We call it the Holo Yacht, where everyone can come together. Everyone can come together and post information, not just on Holochain, but on altcoins as well. There's also news. There's information on there. There is so much in there that even I can't keep up. The whole idea of creating the live stream and the Discord was I was researching hour and hour and hour after our, right from the basics. What is fiat? What is this altcoin? Why is this altcoin better than this other altcoin? And the only information that I was getting was my own research. So I created the live stream, and we also created the Discord. And now people post information in there that I would never find. Rather than having one brain, we've now got 550 brains in the Discord, just gathering information from the internet, and it's all there available for you to access for free. I mean, the digital asset information just blew my mind. My level of intelligence is not high enough to understand some of the things that they were saying. Like, they are incredible. Big Black Crypto and the Crypto Truth, their minds are out of this world. Just awesome. Wow. Okay. So, Medcool has, sorry, not Medcool, Nonstop has asked another question. What kind of time frame is there needed when it goes up? I mean, the thing is with Holochain is, one, hang on a minute. You're asking too many questions. Hang on a second, Nonstop, and I'll go through them section by section. Here we go. I mean, more like this, Johnny, this kind of question. What is expected during time when there will go a bullish